aboard the jive train, coming to a stop near you. Gonna make sweet love to you and give you heavy metal news. All aboard the jive train for good times and romance. We're gonna read a little hard rock news. Let's jive. My goodness, we have all sorts of scandalous stories. You know, sometimes I wonder, people just turn the podcast on, they turn it on, and they instantly hear me start singing and playing that thing, and they go, I'm out. I am out of here. I don't want to hear a damn bit of this. But then I think of you people. And you said, no, hold on a minute. I'm going to give this guy a try. Sure, he doesn't know how to play the keyboard very well or sing very well or read things very well, but I'm going to give him a chance because everyone deserves a chance. And so for that, I thank you very much. And I welcome you to episode 59 of Jive Talkin with Shane Diablo, where you can watch this or listen to it on Spotify, or of course you can watch it and listen to it here on YouTube, where if you get in the comments and you reply, then you're going to be part of the comment section that we have here at the end of the gig. I had this up for a minute. It was kind of a surprise attack because Ozzy Osbourne here, this is Billy Vallo, and he is you may have known of the goth rock, romance goth rock band Him. They had a great album called Dark Light, but it's very Twilight. But Ozzy has some advice for Billy Vallo, and that's to show him your tits. You know, so I wanted to see why Ozzy Osbourne, and he looks like he's got a set of jugs on him in this picture. You know, I don't believe that maybe he's got some kind of, small melons in there or something, but showing the tits, this guy's flat as a board. This guy's, but I wanted to see what this was all about. If it's some kind of a rude thing or what kind of a thing it is. During a recent conversation with NME ex-Him frontman, Billy Vallo talked about some advice the legendary Ozzy Osbourne shared with him. As one of the greats of heavy metal, what an incredible and rich wisdom could Osbourne have given Vallo? Something about how to enrich his craft, ? Perhaps the secret in creating an epic heavy metal song, ? No. Ozzy's advice for Vallo actually boils down to show them your tits. Part of the recent conversation involved Vallo talking about his new solo record titled Neon Noir. Ooh. Prior to this interview, Vallo had said that Neon Noir is a teary mascara marathon between Robert Smith and Ozzy with a dash of hope. That sounds just like what he did with Him. And I think Him stood for His Eternal Majesty. Please get in the comments below if you're a Billy Vallo and a Him fan, and you can explain all that. When asked to share some memories involving Osbourne, Vallo talked about the advice that the legendary metalhead gave him. And I got to meet Ozzy once. It was pretty cool. The only thing I remember was that he told me, if you can't get the first row going during a live show, show them your teats. Vallo is then asked if he has taken that advice, to which he says, I forgot it. Can you believe it? I forgot it, all about it. Every time it's been tested on stage, I just get super nervous. But I should probably, that's a good idea. On the next tour, once the set list, I'll write down, remember Ozzy's wisdoms regarding showing your tits when poop is hitting the fan. It might work. So there you have that. This one here is that's Dave Mustaine, and he played guitar in a little band called Metallica. That's James Hetfield. Looking more and more like a postman every day, doesn't he? He gets older, he's got that regal look to him, like a 30-year veteran of the Postal Service. But it says here the only reason that Dave Mustaine did those Big Four shows is because he was called a pussy. We've already got tits and pussy. We're only in 10 minutes in this thing. We already got tits. Dave Mustaine only played Big Four shows after being called a pussy or a piece, ********. Let's see what it's all about. Back, well, that went down the wrong hole. That's why you have a nice little lemon lime beverage here. Now, people don't need to hear me gagging. They need to hear me getting down to brass tacks on this news. Back in 2011, the Big Four came together for one epic concert, and they just murdered Am I Evil or something at the end, right? If I remember that right, all of them came out, like Slayer, all of them, and they just butchered Am I Evil at the end of it. Back in 2011, the Big Four came together for an epic concert featuring Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, Anthrax. The show stands to this day as one of the most surreal and exciting moments in heavy metal history. However, Megadeth frontman David Mustaine was hesitant at first to take part in that event. And it was only after allegedly being called an offensive name by Metallica's co-manager that he took on the gig. Per a past conversation on the Jamie Josta podcast that has about 3,000 commercials in every episode, I really liked that podcast, but every single episode, it is jam-packed with as many commercials as he can fit in there. Sometimes you only hear one sentence, and then we got the guitars out of the garage, and then, hey man, what's up, it's Jamie Josta, and I just got to tell you really quick about my coffee brand. So anyways, back to the story here. Mustaine talked about the Big Four concert that took place in 2011 and how, around that time, he had just had neck surgery. Mustaine initially said, I have to cancel because I need emergency surgery. And allegedly, upon this reaching the ears of Metallica's management and co-manager by the name of Peter, called Mustaine a pussy. Here is what Mustaine had to say about the matter, as transcribed. When I did the Big Four concert at the Yankee Stadium and had my neck in a neck brace, riding on a golf cart to the stage, I had tape all over the stage that said, don't headbang, because I would definitely headbang. I need notes to tell me not to headbang, even when I have a neck brace on. I would have died if I had banged that night because I was in an emergency surgery room 2 days before, ready to have my neck operated on. And I called up my manager. Oh, that is hard to do in my voice. Mark Edelman, my manager, my sweet manager, Mark Edelman. At the time, I said, look, I played with Metallica, Anthrax, and Slayer before. I played New York before. I played baseball stadiums before. So none of this is new to me. And I have to cancel because I need emergency surgery. So allegedly, Edelman tells this to Metallica's manager. Well, why is it in quotes here? So allegedly, Edelman tells it to his manager. Is this still Dave Mustaine talking? Whatever the guy with the name of a penis, whatever his name is, it was Dick or Peter or something, Peter. So Peter said I was a pussy. And so I went, okay, all right, wrap me up, get me out the door, I'm going to New York. So they gave me a bunch of injections in my neck. It was probably cortisone. That's what I'm willing to bet they put in him. So they gave me a bunch of injections in my neck, and I put me in a neck brace, and I flew out there and I played the concert, and I came back. And I figured nobody else knows about this except for me. And who's the real pussy now, huh? If this did in fact go down the way Mustaine said it did, it's awfully shitty to give someone crap for a serious health matter. What do you make of the story? And that's where we'll leave that. You can put that in the comments below and tell me what your thoughts are on that. Dave Mustaine's neck is doing really well now because he does jiu-jitsu and stuff. We got lots of kinds of stories that are interesting today, guys. This one here, why Buzz, what's it called? This is Buzzo, King Buzzo from the Melvins. Why Melvins Buzz Osborne once called Rob Zombie a low-level fuckhead. Who do you think could win in a naked mud wrestle? I think that the weight-wise King Buzzo would win. But the dirty dreads in the mud and stuff would probably be really gross to King Buzzo. But then again, maybe, he's got that big mop on top there. Let's see what this is all about. Throughout his career, horror rocker Rob Zombie has been known to ruffle some feathers. Between the likes of Marilyn Manson, horror director John Carpenter, and the late Gwar frontman Odorous Urungus, a.k.a. Dave Brocky, rest in peace, sir, Zombie has pissed off some big-name folks. Another individual who can be added to the list is Melvin's frontman Buzz Osborne, and let's be frank, he's not he's kind of a glib guy. He'll say nice things about people, but he'd rather tell you a story about Dave Grohl or something. He'd rather kind of be gone, fuck them all, Maybe that's the grunge in him, even though he doesn't consider themselves grunge. They're stoner. I mean, I'd probably put him in the stoner. During a past conversation with Rolling Stone, Osborne was asked about his favorite grunge albums. At one point, he brings up the Babes of Toyland Spanking Machine. While talking about touring with the band, he also mentioned that the Melvins also toured with White Zombie. And it was while talking about White Zombie that Osborne expresses how he feels about Robert Zombie. Among the comments he made about the horror rocker, the Melvins frontman said that he thinks of Zombie as a low-level fuckhead. Here is everything Osborne had to say about Zombie. And I don't know, he's just a really glum guy, so he's like this. We played a lot of shows with them back then, and they were always fun. We did a tour with them and White Zombie. Oh, that's what he's talking about, the Babes in Toyland. And we both got treated like fucking dog shit on that tour by the powers that be, meaning White Zombie. It was massively unnecessary situation of pointless rock star behavior. I don't know what was going through his Robert Zombie's head. But if making enemies is what you set out to do, well, mission accomplished, pal. Osborne continues, I've been around people who were considered rock stars, like the guys in Kiss, and they never behaved like that. It just makes you hate low-level fuckheads like Rob Zombie even more. If I got treated like that by the fucking mailman, I'd hate his guts. You mean James Hetfield? Your local post office worker? If I got treated like that by the fucking mailman, I'd hate his guts. So it was fun to have Babes in Toyland along. What do you make of the story of Osborne's comments about Rob Zombie? Get in the comments below and tell us what you know. I guess Mike Portnoy of the goddamn the winery dogs, dude. He's going to be filling in on drums for the induction of Twisted Sister to the Metal Hall of Fame. I did not know that there was a Metal Hall of Fame, and now I do. And we're going to read and figure this out. Dee Snider can't wait to put the lip gloss back on. I'm telling you. He says, that's it. No more Twisted Sister. First chance he gets, he's dressed up and chasing his wife around the kitchen. Mike Portnoy confirms he will be the drummer for Twisted Sister's Metal Hall of Fame reunion performance. I would like to watch this, if I can. Mike Portnoy, the winery dogs drummer, has confirmed that he will play drums for Twisted Sister when the band reunites to perform at the 6th Annual Metal Hall of Fame Charity Gala. Portnoy and guitarist virtuoso Steve Vai will also induct Twisted Sister's classic lineup of Dee Snider, vocals, J.J. French guitar, Eddie Ojeda guitar, Mark the Animal Mendoza bass, and late drummer, rest in peace, A.J. Perrell, into the Metal Hall of Fame, which will take place January 26th at the Canyon Club in Agora Hills, California. Is this going to be on a TV show? Is it going to be filmed? Can I watch it on YouTube? During a new appearance on the Chuck Shoot podcast, Portnoy said that he will be the quote-unquote drummer for the reunion performance and added that we've known that we were playing for months. I think it was only kind of made public a few days a few days ago. He continued, Steve Vai and myself are inducting them into the Metal Hall of Fame. And then we'll be performing a few songs. Can we guess what they're going to be? Is it going to be Cruel to Your School, Leader of the Pack, and if there's a third one in there, I'm going to say it's going to be the song Stay Hungry. You tell me what your top three would be that they're probably going to play that hasn't been in a national commercial of some sort. Mike's latest comments come 5 days after Ojeda took to his Twitter to write, hey, now, you know what? We're looking forward to our introduction into the Heavy Metal Hall of Fame. By God, we are happy about it. And on January 26, 2023 in L.A., and that's Los Angeles, California for you dum-dums. A short time later, Snyder shared Ojeda's tweet. So they did a tweet share, is what they call that. On Twitter, there's a little button you can hit to like retweet or reshare something. And so what happened there is D. Snyder shared Eddie Ojeda's tweet and added something. Hold on a minute. Breaking news here. He added something to that tweet because you can do that as well. Looking forward to playing together for the first time since 2016, especially the rehearsal. Oh, shit's going to get dirty and kinky in the rehearsals. Dee's already got the lip gloss on. And he's saying, wait till I get a hold of old Animal Mendoza. In 2016, Twisted Sister embarked on one final trek titled 40 and Fuck It in celebration of its 40th anniversary. These shows featured the band's core lineup of Snyder, French, Ojeda, and Mendoza, along with Portnoy. I do remember seeing some clips with him playing with them. The band's last ever concert took place in November of that year, 20 months after the passing of A.J. Pero. Now, if you're even paying attention a little bit, and I don't know how much of this you're going to see, but there's an image of Vince Neil over here. Some people call him Vince Meal, some people call him Vince Neil, but this is serious business here because Vince Neil has got the COVID, and it's kicking his ass, it says. Motley Crue's Vince Neil diagnosed with COVID-19. This thing is really kicking my ass. I got it. It kicked my ass. Can I tell you why? Overweight. That's going to be the first thing. This guy here, Vince Neil, he likes to drink alcohol. He's overweight. And, your immune system is not to top peak health. And some people can go, hey, Shane, I just had it. I didn't know I had it. I've had it 10 times. I don't know. Other people say, and other people, well, they die. But this guy's saying it's kicking his ass. We're going to find out. Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil has canceled his solo appearance at Rock Island Fest 2023, set to take place January 17th through the 21st in Key West, Florida. Man, you are missing a good time there, Vince. Because to be in Key West, that would be nice. Early today, Neil released the following statement regarding his absence from the event. Hello, Rock Island friends. Wee-oo. I am sad to report that yesterday I was diagnosed with COVID. I am okay because I went to Dr. Feelgood, but this thing is really kicking my ass. All that being said, I am unable to perform at Rock Island Fest next week. I would like to extend my sincerest apologies to the Rock Island Fest organizers, and most of all, my friends and fans. I am disappointed to say the least. You are disappointed to say the least? I am so looking forward to the shows. I am hopefully that I will have opportunities to make up in 2024. So what he's doing is he's doing a preemptive. Please, guys, don't not book me next time for Rock Island Fest. He wants to get some Benjis. There's nothing wrong with that. In closing, he's never used that in his life. He has never said in closing in his life, except for this very moment. In closing, I wish all the attendees of Rock Island Fest 2023 a fun and exciting time with all of the amazing acts. So there you have that. Neil's backing group includes Dana Strum, and he came from Vinnie Vincent, a.k.a. Slaughter, right? And Jeff Blando from, who? Slaughter, with the amazing drumming talents of Zoltan Chaney. We've done a bunch of videos on Zoltan Chaney in this channel, and you can go and enjoy him doing his thing. What does it say about Junk in the Trunk down here? A few years ago, before Cruise 2019 reunion, Neil acknowledged to SiriusXM Trunk Nation with Eddie Junk in the Trunk that he was the only member of Motley Crue who was waving the flag for the band's music by performing Crue songs as a solo artist. Okay. I thought he was going to say that he was waving the thing going around saying, I haven't got COVID. And Nikki Six, you did. It's time for your comments. Very light this week. There's no Mike Buchanan here. And I don't know if he's just decided, maybe... I'll tell you something about the pit. Miss Althea knows about the pit of despair. I don't know what we call it, but it's the spam folder on the YouTubes. And I never look in there. She says, I think it might have went in the spam thing. It's a couple of her comments from the past have vanished. This could have happened to other people. I won't open that up because it is the pit of despair. It is where people go to write, YouTube grabs all of this. It's not me that deletes it, takes it off, whatever. But they go, that is pretty brutal and mean and rotten and rude and crude. So that's going into the garbage folder instead of being posted on the video. And every once in a while, occasionally, if you put a link or a word or emoticons or something like that, good comments go in that folder. One of these days, I'm going to do an epic maybe live stream where we just open that folder and just see what the hell's in there. Because I'm sure it is every single terrible, rotten thing anyone's ever said about me in there, and I've never clicked the button to open it. I may have clicked it once, and I don't know, but I don't dare go over there. Maybe that's what we'll do someday. But we'll get into the comments, and apologies if they're not here and you don't see your comment here. I apologize for that. But we got White Bread coming in. He says, my favorite singer frontman is Mark Osigueda. I never know how to say his name. Osigueda? Mark Osigueda from Death Angel. Yeah, he's fantastic. And of course, you, Shane, even though I haven't seen your dance moves on stage. Well, as far as my dance moves, and he's talking about my pole dancing. I don't just dance. It's like, but I'm an aspiring pole dancer. It's just I haven't gotten around to any of it yet. But A Room with a View. How beautiful is that song? If you got to go back and pick a thrash ballad, I'm going with A Room with a View from the Act 3 record from Death Angel. It's a beautiful piece of music. And I agree that he is a very fantastic frontman. Bing! Heart. Clutch 2827. I think Plant just got up on stage and do what he was paid to do. Sing his ass off. You ain't wrong. Bing. Miss Althea coming in. Good. She's got some stuff here because it's light. It's light on the uptick. The Dumbstruck Fool says, can't speak much for the vocal comparison or ability as I am not terribly familiar with Devin Townsend outside of this channel. But maybe I could at least envision him stepping in for Halford if he put on a leather biker cap. Yes, like Hellbent for Leather era Priest. Or if he grew out a bushy white beard like modern day Priest. As far as Halford's stage wear, I am wondering if he does not design his own, being that he already has his own clothing line, Metal God Apparel. Well, of course he does, right? I had no idea he had his own apparel company, so of course he's probably wearing his own designs. I mean, can I say this without? I love Judas Priest, but he's the heavy metal Liberace. He's got some flamboyant, he's got some amazing outfits. And I say, you go, girl. I say, go for it. You do you. And why can't there be a heavy metal Liberace? Of course, this is still Miss Althea here. Of course, Gene Simmons is going to consider buying any publication that otherwise won't give any him or Kiss any cred. Yeah. D may have pushed the envelope a teeny bit, especially when everybody knows you have to be super careful when speaking of those who have passed on and who are so revered. And please do not get me started on the social media aspect of it all. However, I absolutely agree that not all great frontmen are great singers and vice versa. No need to cite examples as the list goes on and on. It's all about performing, darling, and being able to command an audience, whether it be visually or orally. I think I got that word right. So what did you think of my video on Justin Hawkins there? That dang guy, he's doing freaking leg jacks on stage. Still miss out there here. One word to Nita Strauss, who doesn't take shit and who really do not want to get in a tussle with. Trust me. Preach. Thins, not Triscuits. Okay, we're talking about Sandy Duncan here. Okay, wait, I just missed a line. Preach, okay. Thanks to Ryan Wade for opening up the topic I totally busted with the Sandy Duncan Triscuits thing. She actually endorsed Wheat Thins. God damn it. I thought, man, Triscuits. But can we, Triscuits? Remember chicken in a baskets? Cracker in a baskets? What were they called? So Wheat Thins. I wasn't a huge fan of Wheat Thins, unless they were smeared in peanut butter. So, okay, we're getting to the bottom of this. A total busted with the Sandy Duncan Triscuit thing. She actually endorsed Wheat Thins, not Triscuits. They were and still are similar product, but both made by Nabisco. And I swear to you and to God, I got that old commercial jingle stuck in my head earlier in the week. A Triscuit, delicious whole wheat Triscuit. Is that the way it went? Totally at random, and here you have to bring it up. It's Kismet, the product on the show. We're mind melding, Diablo. The TV series you were thinking of was not like, I think it was the Hogans. Was most likely the Hogan family. Yes, because it had dude from Fantastic Comedy guy, but he was in, what shows was he in now? He was just in that great Ozarks. He was a son, Justin Bateman. Jeremy Bateman, something. The Hogan's family, originally titled Valerie, but was changed after star Valerie Harper walked out. Was Valerie Harper the mother on One at a Time? Or am I completely wrong about that? You know what to do here. Still miss Althea. Oh, the crap I got in high school, 1980 to 84, for listening to both metal and new wave, especially in my junior and senior years. The nerve of me, and yet no one seemed to bully a girl who was 1 year behind me and made no bones about being totally in love with both Nikki Sixx and John Taylor. Interesting. Somehow that was more forgivable than the combination of Eric Carr and John Taylor. Maybe because Nikki Sixx, Nikki to all those who did pick up. What? Okay. I'm missing a line. Maybe because Nikki, my eyes, and John were both bass players, ? Okay. Hey, I had a rhythm section, damn it. I was the bigger nerd and the easier one to pick on, I guess. And my eyes are just so weird with it. And to all those out there who did pick on me, I hope you are all overweight and broke. What's that joke Chappelle said about his dad telling him, son, you are not poor. We are broke. I love that. 50 is the new 30. Talking about my birthings. Oh, I did want to mention something really quick about my experience listening to New Wave. It was easy to do, and the reason for that was because I listened to Dr. Demento on Sunday nights. And it was on a station here that was New Wave. So you flick it over to that channels because you didn't want to miss anything from Dr. Demento. And they was going to, there's about an hour, 2 hours of New Wave music. Erasure, Depeche Mode, The Cure, all of that stuff. And I'd be sitting there waiting for Dr. Demento, fish heads. And I started going, man, I like some, Why Can't I Be You and stuff, the Cure and all that. So, but then you slap on all the old heavy metal stuff. See, and that makes it, why wouldn't people be irritated you think they would be more irritated that I was listening to Dr. Demento, right? They're like, you listen to that? You must be dumb, dude. Anyways, 50 is the new 30 or something like that, and you're still younger than me, bitch. Ooh, so, yeah, the high school comment above can double as a math question. XOXOXO. Oh, Miss Althea, always a pleasure. I'm sorry, she getting a thumb, guys. And then Steve Bernard, our pal Steve Bernard, just coming in with a quick one here. Devin also, he's talking about Devin Townsend, also looked like Michael Berryman in The Hills Have Eyes. Also, one of the bikers in Weird Science, if you remember. He's the guy that gets the bald guy that gets off the motorcycle and he says, what does he say? I hope we can keep this between me and you. I'd hate to lose my teaching job, right? So yes, indeed, my fine folks. We are through another stimulating, I think it's stimulating episode. Where did Mike Buchanan go and all the rest of them? We do not know, but we hope that it wasn't an alien abduction of some sort. Nope. We're getting out, and maybe we'll give him a little. Let's try and find a little space music. Ooh. Outer space. Jive with me in outer space. Jive with me through the Milky Way. Jive with me another day. Heavy metal news coming your way, but not now, next time, 'cause this episode's done. We jive.